Podcast, WATP.
Patrick Michael, Patty Seacows, Patty Broken Skull. Are you familiar with this character?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. He's embracing the nicknames. I haven't heard him do this in a very long time. But he starts off he just put out a brand new episode of Free Water. Cardiff sent it to me. He was all excited about it. So he's embracing it.
Yes, dude. Welcome back. Welcome again. If you haven't been here before, well, I guess welcome to Free Water. As always, I'm Patty Broken Skull, Patty C-Cups, Patty Puke Water, and really whatever you want to call me. Let's be honest, because that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool. He's having a little bit of fun with it. I wonder why that is. Later on in the show, he brings this up. What happened was he was on Instagram and he saw on the Dick Show has an Instagram account and they posted the crossover that we recently did back in September, whatever it was. And in the description, it says Patty C-Cups. So Patrick saw himself there. He's like, oh, you guys are still paying attention to me? That's pretty neat.
They use my own self-deprecating nicknames as nicknames. You know what I mean? Like, I call myself Patty Broken Skull, Patty C-Cups, Patty Puke Water, and it's caught on so much and is so real, they do the same thing. And that's funny to me. That's a win. You're using the joke that I wrote about me to talk about me. Like, I call them Richard and Roy. Yeah. Because nothing hurts more than disrespecting somebody and calling them out of their name.
That's true.
Right? Like, I barely know the fucking guy. Who? What is it? Roy? And you're like, oh, it's not. It's Carl. Oh, fuck. What?
I didn't know he was doing that to insult me.
No, he was just stupid.
Now I don't like it so much.
He's like a supervillain that tells the plan before,
right.
You know, and then all of a sudden when they catch the guy, he already said the whole plan. Yeah. The whole idea of that is for him. Oh, forget it. You know.
I love that if I called myself like Carl Cuckold or something like that, and then people were like, and then Carl Cuckold, I'm like, joke's on you. I called myself Carl Cuckold.
I said I'm an asshole.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway, Doug Bitch Tits, did you happen to check it out?
Is there something in the same sentence, him saying when you don't use somebody's real name, it's a sign of disrespect, and then talking about all the names that he gives himself that aren't his name?
Wow, this is like some psychology going on right now. I think you might be onto something. Even his name, Patrick Michael, I don't think is really his...
That sounds like a
real name.
No, that doesn't sound
I honestly don't know his real name.
I just remember someone sent me his arrest report and it wasn't Patrick Michael.
Way back when you weren't allowed to call him Todd. It got him upset.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Doug, weren't you calling him Todd and he was all upset about that?
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
A lot has happened between then and now.
Is that his real first name? I don't
know.
But that just sets him off.
It did 5 or 6 years ago.
Maybe because it was disrespectful.
Oh.
See, we call him Patty C-Cups because it's an embarrassing nickname. And he goes, that actually builds me up.
I'll bet his real name is Roy.
Maybe it's Roy. Maybe we should call him Roy. Oh, he wouldn't like that. Well, he is becoming self-aware, so I got to give him credit for that.
I'm just sharing this because chances are you guys don't give a shit, and you're not going to go watch the video anyway, so I'm going to this is what I like to talk about, deal with it. That is part of my podcast. I'm just going to go in and talk about whatever. Is it going to be funny? Probably not. Is it going to be even relatively interesting? No. But it is going to kill some time for me, and I can share some stupid shit that is certainly more entertaining than myself.
I got to say that's more honest than Shut Up Cincinnati.
Yes, that is true.
I kind of like the Psychic Friends music behind it, you know?
I find that so distracting. The music bed thing that
The cards say no lie.
At this point, wouldn't it be considered his show as Jump the Shark when he starts referencing how boring and non-funny it is?
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And so you try to figure out, then why are you doing this? If you know it's not a good show and you talk about it's not a good show and it's boring and no one cares. And then he says this.
Aside from the fact that they constantly mention me and still talk about me, is the fact that they think that I expect people to listen. What? Why would you assume that I'm doing this because I want people to listen?
Because you uploaded it to the internet.
Sort of been the thing since the beginning, guy. Wiggle this motherfucker down to 0. But if we're gonna do it, let's do it full throttle. Charlie's Angels 3. You get it, right?
No, I don't know.
I do. And sadly enough, I do.
What is that reference? I don't even
It's
know.
a movie. It was a sequel of the Charlie's Angels movie.
Well, no, I know that.
That's as far as I've gotten.
Yeah, and I never even seen them, and I just knew that, and I almost feel ashamed that I show up.
EDR goes, no, I get it. I get it. It was a movie. No, I know that part.
So there doesn't necessarily have to be a reference that pertains to anything.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Right. Okay, good point. Now you're making a lot of sense. So let's find out why he's upset. Because Patrick, when he gets on these shows and he starts talking about Roy and Richard and he does all this stuff, you know he's been hurt recently. And we find out why.
There's also this false idea that you guys have created that you guys give a shit. When it's like, realistically, if I disappear, you'll still have Stuttering John. You'll still have the fucking weird lawyer guy. You'll still have Kevin Brennan and all his little cronies. You know what I mean? Just whatever. You'll find some weird group of people or person that isn't you. And you'll figure out a way to make fun of them. You know, your Brendan Schaubs and all that. So it's not a big deal. And it's pretty clear to me. I mean, it took a long time to get to really even boost the Patreon at all. And when I did, people were like, you never promote it. You never say anything about it. It's like, motherfucking lie, bro. You're getting all these fake fans is what it is. I got all these fake fucking people that are claiming to be fans of this thing that I do. And yet you come around and have no information other than goofy shit, out of context shit that you got from fucking Dum Dum.
So he wants your money, but you also have to be a genuine fan.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I heard you on Carl's show, and so it's $5 a month.
Just take the money, dude.
Yeah, just take the money.
It's like you're with a woman and she doesn't come. You go, well, I was there. It's like being on a game show. I just happened to be here.
Right. John makes money by reading insults on a daily basis. If Patrick could do that, I think he would make a lot of money just reading super chats. People calling him out.
Well, he's kind of done that without the money part of it.
Right,
'Cause
that's what I mean.
He's read the comments ad nauseum.
Yeah, but the hard part too is that Stuttering John has set such a high bar.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
even if you want to promote yourself as a loser or something, you can't meet that guy.
You have to
because
lose
you
a
got
lot
the guy
more.
that's a loser that doesn't know he's a loser, and that's hard to fight against.
Isn't that interesting, though, and Doug's been with me from the very beginning on Patrick Michael. He introduced him and Jody B introduced us to him. And this arc that we've had where he went from being so upset that we were talking about him to now he's upset that we don't talk about him enough because we're talking about Stuttering John too much or whatever. He's just like, well, what happened to me? You guys I used to be the lol cow over here. What happened? I don't think he knows what he wants.
He's really sounding like a jealous girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just talk to her then?
Oh,
You don't want to spend time with me.
Oh, you enjoyed dinner, did you? Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's because the conversation was better since I wasn't there. Jesus Christ. I have one more clip to play from this episode, and this is fascinating. I don't know why he left this in, but for the first time, there's been speculation since he broke up with his girlfriend. They had 2 kids together. There's been speculation about, does he see his children anymore? Does he, are they on the weekends? We don't know what's going on. Well, during this show, one of his kids comes into the room where he's podcasting, and we get to
It's about goddamn
a
time.
little peek behind the curtain here.
And here I am, still doing my thing. Whether or not you like it or not, I really don't care at this point. But it is opening up a lot of doors for me where people are desperate to have me be a podcast guest.
Oh, he's still mad at Brendan from Shitty Song of the Week for fucking with him on that show. He's complaining about it a lot. That was years ago.
And the ones that are desperate are the ones that I will never do.
Okay, check this out.
I'm working. So you can go back in there and watch the movie until I'm done. Sure. Stop talking. You there's still people today.
Father of the Year. I'm working. Go back in there and finish the movie.
Stop talking is what I like.
Stop talking.
At that point, he should have just bought the kid and put him on the mic.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
yeah.
put him on the mic,
It's the most compelling part of the episode.
Yeah.
Right there. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
just put him on. Let him, no matter what he said. Look, the kid ain't going to say anything worse than what he's saying.
No.
So,
But I think I specifically heard him say, go back in there and take notes on the movie you're watching.
Pull up the IMDb page.
well,
Let me know how long it is.
It is good to know that Carl's opinion of him isn't the only thing he doesn't care about.
He is nonplussed across the board.
Just the fact that he said I'm working
Oh, I know.
is
yeah.
crazy.
It sounds really
That's really his job.
bad.
Is the, patreon.com/podculture. Everyone should go sign up there.
What if that was scripted? Hey, I want you to come in and interrupt me. I'm going to tell you to get the fuck out.
Listen, anything's possible now. I don't know. But when I find out about, but listening to all this, what I found out is Carl seems to be the ground zero of all of this. Mm-hmm. Everyone seems to look up to you or wants your love or something like that, or they want to get back at you when you say something bad.
Right. Yes.
And so you're like you're the wrangler of all of this.
Well, it's especially Patrick Michael. He has a really tough time because we give him oxygen and he needs the oxygen to breathe, but he also hates us for giving him the oxygen, so he doesn't know what to do with it. He's very torn internally. You can tell by his show because he says one thing and then the other thing and the other thing and then the other thing, like back to back to back. So you can tell he doesn't know how to feel about me. What were we going to say, Doug?
Oh, talking about his kid, I think if you go back and listen to that clip again, he said that this has opened up a lot of doors to him. Mm-hmm. And then immediately after that, his kid came in the room. So I think his kid was just standing outside, heard open up the door, and just came in.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's your cue.
Hey, Dad, I only see you every other weekend. Can we hang out for a minute? I'm working.
Oh, it just sounded bad.
It was weird, right?
Who are these podcasts? WA